Hello, am I audible to everyone?
Yeah, you are.
Hello. Okay. Shall we start or we'll start exactly at 8?
Exactly 8 p.m. Okay, now let's start the meeting. Firstly, introduce yourself.
Okay. So, hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Good evening everyone. I am Bibhu Kaibalya Manik, Dr. Bibhu Kaibalya Manik. I am assistant professor at KIIT School of Law, KIIT University. I've completed my BA LLB in the year 2015 from Utkal University and my master's from KIIT School of Law. And I've just completed my PhD degree in law from KIIT University. So now I am teaching to graduate students, LLB graduate students. I teach labor law, banking law, land law, and agriculture law. So these are my subjects right now. Yes.
Okay. The only thing that stand between you and your dream is the will to try and believe that is actual possible. It is beautiful quote quoted by Joel Brown. So with this quote, I would like to bring our talk so named Conversation with Consultants episode 30 of our guest talk series. Good evening everyone. I am Rima Kumari, HR Associate and ECR Coordinator of SKNG.
Hi everyone, I am Puja Kumari, HR Associate and OD Coordinator of SK Associates and Group, and we both are your hosts for today's talk show. Before we begin our talk show, let me briefly introduce SK Associates and Group. We are an ISO certified management consulting firm registered under the MSMED Act 2006 with the Government of India. Our mission is to provide consulting services to student entrepreneurs globally, covering areas such as compliance, operation, marketing, research, development, human capital, strategy, and operations. Our passion lies in helping these budding entrepreneurs bring their dreams to life and contribute to global economic growth.
Entrepreneurship is a catalyst for change and innovation. It's a powerful force that can reshape industries, transforms lives, and make the world better place. We are committed to supporting students, entrepreneurs on their journey, equipping them with the tools, knowledge, networks they need to succeed.
Now, before we begin our show, let's take a moment to introduce our guest for today. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome Dr. Bibhu Kaibalya Manik, Assistant Professor KIIT University School of Law. To this special event, we are truly honored by your presence today and we thrilled to have you share this momentous occasion with us. We would like to start this interview with our first question for you. I am audible, Bibhu.
Yes, you are audible.
Question is, what inspired you to pursue a career in academia?
First of all, I would like to thank ma'am for this platform, for giving this opportunity to me for this particular platform. Actually, to address this first question, I am always passionate about teaching from the time of LLB. Even I was very much interested to, at that point of time also, I'm very much interested to clear doubts of my juniors, those who are juniors to me in my fifth year, the last year of my LLB. So many juniors are associated with me, so I actually clear their doubts. And with that process, I am also getting strong in all those topics. So what I think, teaching is also a learning process. Teaching is not just we are just talking something to our students. It's not like that. After all, law is a professional course, and we all are the faculties of law. I believe even the students, myself, and my seniors, senior professors, we all are the students of law. The more we know, the more we learn, and we can share the knowledge with our juniors. That's it. It's not like we are the teachers who we know everything, but it is a learning process. So we also eventually we learn things while teaching. So while you are reading a book, what I believe, when we are reading a book, the knowledge we get, and if we're sharing that knowledge, we'll get some new information from others. In that process, we are also getting expert in those subjects. So that's why I choose this is teaching is one of the best field to enhance your knowledge. So that's why I choose teaching as my career.
Okay, your next question is, how do you define effective writing?
That's a very good question. Now, effective writing means first we need to understand what you exactly want to write. Is it a research article related to law? Is it a fictional story writing? So first you need to decide what exactly you need to write. If you are choosing that, okay, I need to write some law topic, so then you have to find out one area, particular area, which can be a particular area. Like if it is labor law, within labor law there are so many areas. Since I teach labor law, so I can say like unorganized worker, that is the area. From that area we need to find out what is the focus area, what is the focus point. So once you find the what is the focus point, you have to find out what is the problem in it, and how far that problem is addressed previously by others. Then you can find out that okay, what is not addressed, what is the research gap. Suppose unorganized labor is the area. Within that, let's assume I take interstate migrant labor. They are also unorganized workers. So interstate migrant worker, what is the situation of migration in India? In India, and how many people already have written article in this, and what new thing you can add to it. So that's first you have to find out a focus area. Then you can think about writing. So that is the first stage of writing a particular article.
Okay, great. Your next question is, what are the most common challenges students face in writing?
Most common challenge, first we need to understand that how you can write. First, when you are writing a particular article, you need to understand that if you are writing something for the first time, it is not going to be satisfactory writing. Means you should be humiliated by your own work. If you are not humiliated by your own work, then effective writing is not possible. So writing is a process. First, you have to write something, and that writing should be with proper coherence. If that coherence is not there, then it is not a good writing. The student find it very difficult to writing things with proper flow, with proper coherence. Yes, I have seen so many students are having good vocabulary. They're good in structuring sentences, but that is not enough. Proper flow in the writing is necessary. Imagine if you're watching a movie, and if the climax of the movie is shown to you first, you are not going to have interest in the entire movie, right? So that is how you have to focus on the writing. Writing should engage the reader. So that is a skill, and it is not possible that every student will have this skill from the very beginning. You have to practice. The more and more you practice, the more and more writing, polished writing you will have. And student actually fail in this process. This process is actually challenging. When your own work is humiliating you, so many students I have seen they give up at that point. But once you overcome this particular thing, then you can be a very good writer.
Yeah, it sounds good. Okay, your next question is, how can students improve their writing skill over time?
Yes, like I said, more and more practice. Whatever you read, since I teach law students, and as a lawyer, your critical thinking ability should be strong. It's not like you read everything, whatever you read, okay, that is the only law, and that is the only thing I have to know. So that spoon feeding method and that bookish method is not going to work. If be it any profession, if you want to be a lawyer or if you are planning to appear for judiciary or any corporate sector or law firms, you have to develop critical thinking. So in for writing also, critical thinking is very much necessary. And after that, like I already said, uh, that coherence, strong vocabulary, reading newspaper, you have to be updated daily. Like other habits, reading newspaper should be a daily habit. If it is not happening, if it is not reading newspaper daily, then your critical thinking ability is not going to develop. And if critical thinking is not getting developed, then you can write. You cannot write. Like I said, if you are starting, if you are in the initial stage of writing, you have to practice. More and more practice means more and more polished writing. After writing 10 to 20 articles, then if you yourself observe whatever you have written in the first, you will see that okay, what rubbish I have written. So if you are not realizing that, then your writing is not getting improved. So that is the thing all the students need to develop.
Okay. What
Yes.
strategies do you recommend for overcoming writer's block?
What strategy?
What strategies do you recommend for overcoming writer's block?
Okay. So strategy, like I said, first finding focus area, literature review next, review all the literature relevant to the focus area. It's not like you have chosen something which is not explored before. It is being explored by so many other people. They have written their perspective, their different dimensions are there. And after reading it, you have to find out what is the research gap, what novelty is there, which is not explored yet. So that you have to find out. Then you have to prepare an outline, a synopsis, we can say. Proper outline you can prepare. Outline is like basically a blueprint. That's what I need to write. What things has to be included in my writing. Which part is not covered yet. So that outline preparation is must. Once you prepare your outline, then start with your analysis. Don't write the introduction. Many times I have seen students start with the introduction. Introduction has to be written at the last. And introduction always keep changing. It changes with the time. Because when you have prepared your blueprint, once the blueprint is prepared, it's not like accordingly only you have to write. While you are writing things, so many things will find that okay, those things has to be also added. We have to, like improvisation in the writing, that's what we tell. So improvisation is very much necessary in the writing. So these are the things, if any person follows, I think that is going to address, if any problem, any person is facing challenges in writing, so these things can actually address their problem. That's what I believe.
Okay, your next question is how can students develop their unique writing voice?
Okay, so like as I already said, that unique writing, see, it is not like a rocket science that you will develop some kind of unique writing skills. It all depends on your narratives. Same thing can be. Suppose I am. Let's take example of farmers, small and marginal farmers. The small and marginal farmers population in India is more and more. If we see, the more land fragmentation means small and marginal farmers are increasing. So same thing can be narrated in many ways. So it depends on your narrative, how you are narrating your answers, and it comes with your experience. The more you move writing, the more and more good narrative you will have. So one, and it is not like that one formula. There is no particular formula to write any particular thing. Okay, it is all instinct, and instinct develops with experience. Like I said, this experience, how to develop this? You have to write more and more. So, and that is what the problem. The present generation, most of the time, they use these new tools, AI tools. So, AI tools just to do some assignment, all these things. That's why they follow some AI tools, and that's not going to help. Your writing skill is not going to develop through AI tools. You can get some ideas, will gain some ideas from there, but it is not going to develop your own writing skills. So that's why unique writing skill, it needs practice. Without practice, it is not possible.
Yeah. Moving ahead, next question. Can you discuss the significance of audience awareness in writing?
Okay. See, first of all, when you are writing, you have to use very simple language. Writing is always like that any layman can understand what exactly you want to say. Whoever the reader is, they can understand it easily. So, if you are using complex sentence, if your sentence structure is ambiguous in nature, which is conveying no meaning, or multiple meanings it is having, then it is not a good writing. So if you want to make this awareness, if you want to properly want to make your audience aware or make your reader aware, your writing should be simple, proper coherence should be there, and it should be written with a proper flow. That's it.
Okay, moving ahead, next question. How important is revision in the writing process?
Very important. The revision process is very, very, very important. Why? Because if I am writing something, suppose I am going to publish my article, I read it multiple times. Even I have recently I have submitted my thesis, and in that also, and regarding thesis also, I have published 2 3 articles related to my thesis topic. So you should not be satisfied with your own writing. If you are complacent about your own writing, that means it is not a good writing. That complacency is actually a negative quality a writer have. If you are complacent, then you cannot improve your writing. And while you are reading your own article, while you are reading your own write up several times, you can find there are so many faults. You can include new things. You can exclude whatever you have already written. You can find your own mistakes. And trust me, even if you are reading it 10 to 15 times, then also there will be some mistake. Some other person will find out while reviewing your article. Because there are so many different perspectives, so many different angle to read a particular thing, so many other different ways of analysis, right? So for that reason, reading your article, revising your article is very important. When you, because writing article means it is a responsibility. Someone is going to read your article, someone is going to have a particular knowledge about a particular topic through your article, so it is a responsibility. So by any chance, if you are misguiding someone, it can be addressed. If some kind of small mistakes are there, some grammatical errors are there, if some kind of flow is not proper, coherence is not there, these things can be addressed through revision. So it's very, very important.
Okay, your next question is, how can students cultivate critical thinking through writing?
Yes. Now, in my opinion, critical thinking comes in the second stage. Sorry, the writing comes in the second stage. For critical thinking, reading habit should develop first. Now, if reading habit is not there, you cannot write a good article because no one is going to tell your no one is going to have a miracle. There will be no miracle that one fine day you will get some knowledge and you start writing. First, reading habit has to be developed. Then comes critical thinking, and from critical thinking, you can write a good article. So that is a process. If you're not having a reading habit, nowadays what happens? Students actually just to get some news, they just see some videos, some reels. From that, they get some knowledge about some news. They get information from that. But that is not going to help you. You need to read print media. You need to read different articles. We want to know about something. Suppose let's assume we are talking about cryptocurrency. If you want to know what is cryptocurrency, so usually what we are doing, we just Google it. What is cryptocurrency? Google will give some answer, and you will get what is cryptocurrency. But if you want to know more, you have to read what different people have written about it. What is the goods and bad aspects of that particular thing? What is the implementation in India? How you are going to know about all these things? After reading more and more, you will get some knowledge. Then only you can have your own idea, your own opinion. Can be wrong, it can be right, that is a different thing. But you can frame your own opinion. Once you're framing your own opinion, accordingly, you can find out what you can write about this particular thing. You can write a blog, you can write a research article, you can write a particular post for that particular thing. So after gaining some knowledge, only you can do that. So critical thinking, first you have to read, develop your opinion, develop your knowledge, then you start writing. Like I already said, writing initially is very difficult, and your writing should humiliate yourself. When I am writing something, if my writing is not humiliating me, then I cannot be a good writer. I don't have the quality of critical thinking. So that process should be adopted by any student.
Okay. Your next question is, what tips do you have for organizing idea before writing?
Like I said already, tips for organizing ideas. Tips means for first you have to read a particular thing. You cannot be very vague when you are going to start a writing. You have to focus, and focus area will only be can be developed through reading. Only reading newspapers, articles, blogs, book. Now these things are actually reduced. The new generation students, they are actually good in technology. I can admit they are actually good in technology. They are very good in using technologies in effective way. They can using it, but that habit of book reading, habit of article reading, that habit is reduced. And unfortunately, because of these things, the framing ideas and all these things is not possible. Nowadays, we are very much dependent on AI tools to get some ideas. But how far it is going to help you? How far it is going to help your own ability? Yes, if we are having that kind of technology, obviously we need to use it. During my student life, I was going to have Chat GPT or any kind of tool like that. Obviously, I would have. I will be using those technologies at that point of time. But that's not going to help me on long run. So the tips is first reading, then technology, then comes writing. From technology, from AI tools, you can generate ideas. You can help some tips from there. You can take some ideas from there, that what can be a title, or how to reframe a title, or what can be area. Those things you can choose. But if you are getting 100% dependent on AI tools, then you are not going to be a good writer, or your critical thinking ability is not going to develop. So first tips is reading. Yes, that's it.
Okay. What is the relationship between reading and writing skills?
Like I already addressed this particular topic, reading and writing skills. It's like two sides of the same coin. If you can't read, if you are not having a reading habit, if you can't develop your reading habit, then you cannot write. Because reading is not only going to give you the information about particular thing, it is going to make you understand how sentence structures are framed, how with proper coherence a particular article can be written. Your vocabulary is going to be strong. So ultimately, these things you can use. So reading is preparation. Reading is a process to be a good writer, and good writing is the byproduct of reading and repetitive writing. Okay. So this is how these two things are interrelated. Yes.
Okay. How would you define yourself as a leader?
As a leader,
Yeah.
okay. See, as a leader, first of all, I am in, this is I have having 7 years of experience in my profession right now. So till now, I am not in that position. Till now, I don't have any leadership experience. Yes, but what I believe, a leader should have a quality to have. A leader should be very much open about everyone's opinion, right? Now, whatever you want to do, you have to do it, but you should be very welcoming towards everyone's opinion. If I am going to be a leader, now there will be different opinion. Whatever team I get, for what purpose I get, there will be different opinion, and that I have to accept. There will be dispute, there will be different opinion, and with calmness I have to welcome everything. With proper calmness I have to welcome all these things, and ultimately whatever the agenda, whatever the good for the purpose, that has to be done. That is what I believe is a good quality of a uh, good leader. Till now, as a faculty convener, I run two centers: Center for Labor and Employment Studies at my KIIT School of Law, and one is Photography Society, that is a non-academy society. So within that also, we organize so many events, so many things are organized: conferences, international conferences, workshops we organize. So in that process also, so many administrative work we have to do. So many team members are there. It is a basically teamwork. So there also different opinion comes, but ultimately, whatever the purpose, that should be the first priority. That is what the quality of a good leader. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Your next question is, what resources do you recommend for students looking to enhance their writing?
Yes. Resources nowadays, resources are easy to be available for good writing. We have Google Scholar. If students are lucky enough, their university is providing certain online database. So many databases there, like Manupatra and online. For case laws, we have SSC online. Emerald is there. JSTOR. So there are so many database where they can find a very good article. Whatever the relevant article they are searching, they will get it easily. So there are database they can search for, and state museum, state libraries there in their states, so they can visit those libraries for books, for variety of books, right? So these are the database they can search. They can find their good, very good article in these things, and not only articles. I can say blogs, e-books, which is available in Google Scholar, freely available. They can use those things, right? So since internet is free nowadays, it is easy to access. So these things, these tools can be used as a resources for the students to get good articles. Yes.
What trends are you seeing in student writing today?
I'm not getting your question, ma'am. What dream
No, no. What trends? Trends.
trends? Okay, so
TRENDS. Trends. Are you
trends,
seeing in student writing today?
trends. Okay. See, since I tell trends, since I already told that there is no particular trend actually. Students are there are students who are writing magnificent article, very good article they are writing, new concept they are writing. So many new concept they are come up with new so many new concepts. Now I see most of the students are very much focused about writing articles on AI, emergence of AI, and different legal fields. How AI can be used in legal fields. So many people are writing on these aspects. People are writing on cryptocurrency, SDG goals. So all the SDG goals, 17 SDG goal we have. So they're focusing on these areas. LGBT is one of the area where students are writing more. But again, since it is a continuous process, if you are writing means you are involved in the research. And the good research is always that when you are finding a novelty, when you are finding a gray area. So now the trend is people are focusing on these areas, AI and all the SDG goals, all these things. So there will be a saturation to these things also. After that, student has to search for some new areas, some new challenges, some new problems. So that is how things actually work. It's not like you will follow the trend only. Okay, everyone is writing about AI, so I should also write about AI. That's not going to work. Why all the people are writing about AI? What is the reason? If all are writing about AI, then what is the new thing I'm going to write? How my writing is going to be different? These questions has to be asked to yourself when writing. So these are the actually trends, right?
Moving ahead, the next question: what advice do you have for writing under tight deadline?
Under tight deadline, that now depends what exactly you are writing and how many words you are writing. If it is abstract of 500 words or 300 words, then you can write it within 4 to 5 hours. It depends on what topic you are writing, depends on how what kind of expertise you have while writing that particular thing. If you are good in writing, if you are experienced writer and you have to write 400 to 500 words abstract, and you can write it within maximum 4 to 5 hours. If I am writing, in my case, I can tell now everyone have different approach. So I can write only within 4 to 5 hours if I for a good topic to write a 400 to 500 words. Uh, it will be easy to write within 400 to 500 words for within 4 to 5 hours. So depends what kind of quality write up you are writing. Suppose there are some times, or if suppose I am sending my particular abstract to any conference. A conference is having some kind of guideline that we need these are the guidelines like 300 words or 500 words or what will be the format and all these things. Sometimes conference provides it, so accordingly I have to comply. What kind of quality write up they exactly expect, so depending on that I have to write. Sometime it will take 1 day or 2 day, right? So understanding all these things you have to prepare for writing. It's not like that any conference is there or anywhere you want to send your paper for publication. Suppose their last date is today and you will sitting today morning only. That's not going to help you. Okay, so if you're writing a full paper of 2500 words or 5000 words, so you have to decide that if my deadline is after 10 days, so when I have to start and how many time I have to give. So how far you will be invested to that particular article. So it depends exactly what you are willing to write and what exactly the limitations, what is the rule. So depending on that, you have to select. So many times I have seen students follow shortcut. They use Chat GPT. They are very good in providing instruction to Chat GPT. They will give a particular write up, and that write up will be they sending to particular organization for publication or for paper presentation. But then that's not going to work. Today also, in today's time also, there are so many tools which can identify plagiarism, that how far AI tools is used in particular paper. So many students are not aware about these things. If students are using AI tools, there are softwares we can easily detect that how far you have used AI tools in your particular article. So, and it is not going to develop your write up also, that I have already said. So be honest while writing a particular article. It's not just a task. If you are writing assignment, not just a task that okay, I have submitted, my work is done, but how far you are developed from this. So ultimately, these things are going to be a problem in future. Yes.
Okay,
What the okay, okay, Rima asked.
okay. How can students build confidence in their writing abilities?
Like I said, practice, only practice. Why? Because now most of the student fail in that process. They lose patience in that process. Sometimes they uh, also have the inferiority. The complexion is there that okay, since it is not happening, I cannot be a good writer. But once you overcome that process, you can be a good writer. That process is very important.
Okay, explain how to schedule your day for success.
How to schedule your day for success?
Yeah.
See, first of all, again, there is no one answer to it. First of all, schedule to success means procrastination has not to be done. You have to avoid procrastination. You may not have a good, you may not have some bad habits, but procrastination is the enemy of success. Nowadays, because of so many tools, so many social medias right now, procrastination is becoming a habit of so many people. So once you are trapped with procrastination, cannot be successful. There can be a genuine situation. So accordingly, you have to plan that what will be my sleeping time, what will be my reading time, what will be my entertainment time, okay, what will be my health time, what will be my socialization time. So all this time has to be fixed. Now there can be deviation. It's not possible to follow your routine every day, but there should be a plan. If there is no plan, then you will be misguided, especially in the stage of career building, especially in the stage of initial days of your career when you are not having a particular bargaining power with you. You have no power to negotiate. At that point of time, you have to be very focused about these things. So, and you should not mix everything, then it will be a mess up. So, that is the way to success. That is the process of success. Now, success, this is the process. It's not like if you are following these things, you will be successful. This is the preparation. There is also a luck factor. So many people says that there is no luck. Yes, there is luck, but you have to be prepared. When preparation is meeting with the opportunity, then you will get lucky. Opportunity is not in your hand. Only preparation part is in your hand, and this is the way of preparation. Avoid procrastination. Prepare a plan. Plan from the plan, your execution can be deviated, but plan should be there, and you have to be very sincere towards your plan. So that is the way to success.
Okay, your next question is how can students engage with complex texts in their writing?
Strong vocabulary. That is only going to help you. Vocabulary strong only possible again reading. Reading habits, observing sentence structure, how sentences are written. From that only they can overcome with this problem.
Okay, can you discuss the importance of clarity and conciseness in writing?
Clarity, if your thought, if your idea is not clear, then your writing will also not be clear. So first, before writing something, you should be clear that what exactly you want to write. You should be thorough that okay. Suppose I'm taking one example. Suppose my topic of the thesis was issues and challenges in the legislative framework for small and marginal farmers. So my thought should be clear that okay, I'm highlighting the small and marginal farmers only, and what exactly issues they are facing. And issues, since I am a law student, I have to write a legal article, else it will be a sociological article. It is a social issue. How it is going to be a legal problem? If you are not highlighting the legal issues, the legislations which we have, what is a problem with the legislations? If you are not focusing on these things, then I cannot write. So I have to be clear first what exactly I want to write. Then only, if you're having a good vocabulary, if you are having a good research. Now, what is research? Now you have to read variety of articles, more and more articles related to every problem, related to every issues. Then you will be strong about what is the problem, identification of area, identification of problem, identify the research gap, read the existing literature. Then you will have the clarity. Then only you can decide that what exactly you want to write. Only this is the process when how your write up will be having a clarity.
Okay, next question is how can students engage with complex texts in their writing?
That's what I answered right now. Is what I
Okay.
answered.
Okay.
Okay, how should students approach writing literature review?
Yes. That's a good question. Literature review, first of all, for literature review, you have to identify a proper literature, relevant literature. Why you are going for literature review? What is the purpose? How far that literature relevant? So relevancy and irrelevancy of literature that also has to be identified. That particular literature should be relevant to my study, particular is irrelevant to my study. That has to be identified. How to identify it? First, what are the variables you have for writing a particular article? You have to identify focus area, like I said already. But when you are going for execution, what are the variables? What variables are there? So according to the variables, you have to find out the existing research papers. Once you existing research paper you find, then read all the research papers. After reading one particular research, suppose one research paper you have read, then you have to find out okay what is the gist of it, what is the focus area of that particular article, which thing is actually uh, analyzed by the author. So that is how you have to do the literature review. What thing is covered, which is not covered. Okay, so that is what literature review. You have to identify the focus area of the existing literature, which part is properly analyzed, which part is described, and which part is not covered by that. What is the limitation of the study? What is the limitation of that, or what is the research gap of that particular study? That you have to find. So that is how you have to write a literature review.
Okay. Moving ahead. Next question. What's the strangest question someone asks you in an interview?
Ma'am, I'm not getting your question. Can you repeat?
What is the strangest question someone asked you in an interview?
Which question? Static,
Strangest.
strangest question.
Yeah.
Strange. You are talking strange. Ma'am, I'm actually some internet glitch is there. That's why I'm asking you again. What is the strangest question some asked me in the interview? That's what you are asking, ma'am.
Okay, no issue. I will change the question. Explain. Mm, yeah. What does your works hour look like? Is it exhausting?
Ma'am, can you repeat? Your
Hello, I'm
voice is
audible.
actually. Yes, 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 ma'am. Now you're audible.
Now I am audible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, what are the benefits of participating in writing workshop?
What are the
It is
benefits
clear
of
or not?
participating in the workshop?
Yeah, it is clear or not?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Writing workshop. Writing workshop. Okay. One benefit of writing, participating in the writing workshop. Yes. Now, writing workshops are actually beneficial. Writing workshops, it is actually helps you to identify what are the problems you have in your writing. It's a kind of reality check you get, that what exactly problem you face in your writing. Okay. Like so many people always find problematic that they have good ideas, they have good vision, good imagination, but they cannot write because of their lack of vocabulary, or they don't know how to frame sentence, or they don't know how to make a flow and make a coherence in the write up. So these things actually addressed through workshop. In the workshop, they actually teach that what should be the process, what should be the technique, how to overcome these problems. Now, so many people, those who are having a good knowledge, good vision, good imagination, but they are not good in English. If you're writing in English, but they are not good in English, they can write in different language, regional language. They can write in a good way, but they are not good in English. That is also a problem. So now, if you're attending workshop, it's not like some magical thing will happen that in the next day you can start writing good article. But it helps. You will get a proper path that you can follow, and if you're following that process, eventually you can develop your writing skills. So it actually helps.
Okay. Moving ahead, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to Dr. Vibhu Kaibalya Manik, Assistant Professor, KIIT University School of Law, for being our guest for today at Conversation with Consultants. Your presence and engagement help to make it a success. Thank you for providing insight into your inspirational journey. Thank you, Vibhu.
Thank you so much, and thank you
For,
to Rima
further,
ma'am and Pooja ma'am, and thank you SK Associates for providing this platform. And it is a unique experience for me. First time it is. Usually I give lectures, and usually I'm invited for lectures for some kind of topic. And this is just usually it is a one-way conversation, one-way teaching, I can say. But this is the first time I am appearing for interview, online interview, and thank you. It's a very good opportunity for me, and it is a really great experience for me also.
okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Further, we could also like to thank our audience for listening patiently throughout the event. Thank you everyone for joining with us today and hope that everyone has gained some knowledge from this event. Looking ahead, we are excited to announce that our next episode 31 Conversation with Consultants will be held next weekend Ayushman Kumar. We hope to see you all there. Thank you again, and we look forward to reconnecting with you next week. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us all our social media handles to stay connected with us. Goodbye and have a great day ahead.
Okay. Now